What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe, this is EVE Online, and we are loading into space now, so I guess that wasn't the best time to start a video, but we're doing the rogue drone harassment. I've already set up my my ship's fitting, and I'm supposed to be protected against thermal or explosive and kinetic, and I'm supposed to be dealing EM damage. So you can see I've got EMP-L ammo that I'm using. And if we check, I've got my mobile tractor unit and a bunch of EM focused drones. So because in the past I've sort of avoided using drones unless I'm going up against frigates, which would be light drones, or trying to add DPS to the battleships that I go up against, in which case I'm just trying to max out the number of heavies that I've got. I'm also starting to sort of reorient my let's see. I should probably start those, but I'm starting to reorient my skills to get into Tech 2 heavy drones because that'll help quite a bit as well. But they're very slow, and yeah. So part of why I'm showing you this mission in particular is because drones don't usually drop loot of any kind. I think they will in this one, and it's a very lucrative type of loot. And lastly, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble if you don't read the text on evesurvival.org about the mission. So this is called Rogue Drone Harassment. Go and check it. And what it tells you is that there's one battleship that shows up called the Kazum Mother Drone. And if you just attack that thing as fast as you can and try to kill it, you will quickly be overwhelmed. And why that is because when you get to about 80% of this battleship's armor, a wave of enemies spawns. When you get to 50%, it triggers another spawn. When you get to 30% armor, it triggers yet a third spawn. And then once you start to do hull damage, you trigger a fourth spawn. So we'll just activate that.
Drive active.
And we don't have one of those. We want to, there we go. We want to get to this. Keep our eyes peeled for any rogue pirate salvage organizations, which we won't cater to. But anyway, so each of these waves has, like, the first wave has 6 ships, second wave has 8 or can have 8, and so on and so forth. So you can really quickly get yourself into a bit of trouble here. So I'm going to come out here towards this drone, and to get out there quicker, I'll use my trusty afterburner. And because I'm not, because this ship is so far out, and I'm curious of where the web page tells me where they'll spawn, between 20 to 47 kilometers, 20 to 53 kilometers, and that's from Warpin. So the ship itself, this battleship out here, was 70 kilometers when I came in. So I'm going to try to drop my mobile tractor unit somewhere in the middle, because otherwise, if everything is 60 kilometers away from the MTU, it takes a full minute to tractor each one in, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't want to wait that long. So I'm going to get a little closer and then just drop it in space right when we get to about 45. And I'll drop my heavies and my... There we go. And we'll just start unloading. Now again, we need to keep our eyes peeled here. So when they get to 80% armor, I'm going to bring my drones back. That was quick. I must do a lot more damage than I originally did when I first started doing these missions. Yeah, nothing has spawned yet. I'm taking some damage. There they are. All right. And I'm going to untarget this battleship here, just because I don't So I'm going to take out the cruisers, the battle cruisers, the things that do the most damage, and leave the leave these drones, or leave the light, smaller ships. And I think I got 2 waves here in one because I did too much damage right off the bat. And this is what I was talking about. You need to be careful. So I'm going to get my light drones out and let them start to do work. But I'm afraid that they're going to draw aggro pretty quickly. So far so good though. Unfortunately, this battleship that's on the field here that spawns all of these it dishes out quite a bit of damage. So being able to just weather that damage is a bit of a test. Some of these cruisers are hiding in here under the guise of... No. Yeah, take out that little drone and I'll take out this cruiser. Yeah, I just need to get some distance here. And I may need to warp off and build up my shields and my capacitor. I've mentioned before, but it bears repeating. The capacitor charges, from what I've read, charges its fastest at around 33%, but I've also seen something around 25%. So somewhere between 25 to 33%. I wouldn't let it get much below that. If you can, only try to keep it hovering around. Yeah, my shields are a little low here. I'm letting it go down because I'm trying to build my shields up here. No, stop shooting. Stop. Fuck. I did this to myself. So, to give myself, let's see. Let's align to our exit here. See what we can take out before we leave. Oh, let's stop that. Oh, that's special. Now I'm being warp scrambled. That's good. That's good. Strain decimator. So my get out of jail free card is this large micro jump drive. Let's get my drones on this thing here.
The capacitor is empty.
Alright, well, we managed to get out with double-digit remaining in our shields and nothing out of sucked in my drones, but that was a little tense. Whew. I need to figure out just what percentage of my capacitor I need. Let's see. 786 joules, which, okay. Yeah, I was just shy of that. I got lucky with that. I don't know, it was just like
docking request accepted.
Muscle memory that got me to suck my drones in. I definitely did too much damage to that battleship in a short period of time. Need to get back out and finish it.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, made some points in the agency here. Sounds like Bailey is in the other room, thoroughly enjoying herself. You can see in my overview here, I've removed large collidable objects from this particular overview just because it was cluttering things up.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so salvage with drones is fine. Loot is terrible unless you get the specific this one specific drop that only drones drop. I think it's a drone sentient AI or something like that. And if we look at the market, it's one of the items that often scrolls along down at the bottom here. I was looking up Tech 2 heavies. Robotics, Orca. We'll keep that up and check on it here. From a distance, you can take out these frigates with one shot. Let's see. Elite drone AI, about 7 million each. So those are the drops that you want. And they are pretty rare. All right, well, we're going to fire at it from way out here. But I want to say that was it. Yeah. So we did it. That's it. It's done. Looks like intact armor plates are good, and that's something that comes out of exploration. Those are 4.3 million. It's an interesting feature. A market ticker telling you kind of where the market's going, what key items are selling for. And there's no loot here. That's disappointing. I won't lie, I am disappointed. But it also looks like there's going to be enough time for me to warp back, get my salvager, and come back before this thing is done tractoring everything in. But destroy the rogue drones and then report back to your agent. So this was the first gate. The second pocket is nothing super serious, but yeah, so for each kilometer out, it takes 1 second to pull it in because it tractors things in at 1,000 meters per second. So that's a minute. These two, that's another, a minute and a half. So that's 2.5. That's 3 minutes. So maybe what we do is we leave that to do work. We go into the next area, kill everything, and then come back with our salvager.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so gecko drones are very expensive, 87 million each. What are those? Heavy drones. Super drone whose structure bears some similarity to heavy drones, but whose function is far deadlier. Twice the bandwidth, with twice the combat capabilities at less the skill cost. Okay. Yeah, that does sound deadly. Large skill injectors are a little under 800 million right now. That's good to know. That's still the gecko. Oh no, that's Plex. Another one of these drones that you can use and get, which I haven't gotten into. I've never really used them. Are sentry drones, which they're stationary and they just sort of snipe from afar. So you drop them and then you either stay out with them and defend them, or you go in and draw aggro to yourself. And those are probably expensive in Tech 2. Well, they're not super expensive. Expensive enough, anyway. Yep, sentry drone. I don't need to see what it looks like. Probably looks like a drone. They hit like heavy drones do, though. So that's good to know. And this is about going to wrap it up. So yeah, so that's it for Rogue Drone Harassment. If you have anything that you are curious about or want me to get into, by all means let me know. I've taken some suggestions previously, pretty much every suggestion people have asked for, and I'm happy to do it, and it gives me a little bit of direction and helps me help you. So hit me up in the comments, let me know what you're curious about or what you'd like to see me get into, and also I'm sort of laying the groundwork for setting up a regular stream. And doing some live streaming on a scheduled basis. I don't know how long or at what times of the day just yet, but I need to find what makes sense for me and sort of my schedule. And yeah, if that's something that you'd be interested in, let me know as well, because that would be really cool to see and to try to line up with your interests. So that said, I think that wraps this up, and I will catch you in the next video.